Hi, my name's Susan. I'm going to take you step by step through an art project. Let's see what Plateau Art Studio has to do today.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. We're going to do a project called Deep Sea Fish, and this is one of my favorites. That's just bright and cheerful. I think it's really fun. So it's a pretty easy project. You get to use your foam brush or your bristle brush, either one. I know that if you bought a kit, you have those in your kit. So we'll give those a try. Just you can choose one of those. Have your area set up so you have your water, paper towel, or a little old washcloth. We're going to use the fork today to make little textures in the water. So make sure you've got your fork, and we're all set. So we're going to start with the light blue, and I'll set this aside. And we're going to go back and forth. Instead of swirling all around, go ahead and get enough paint on that brush, and you're going to just go back and forth with your brush. Get enough paint. Oops, I got some. Okay, you can get a tiny bit of water to make that go, the paint thin a little bit, and you can keep painting with it. And we're going to paint to this horizon line. This is the sky. Make sure that, I kind of forgot to tell you to make sure that the smaller part of your project with that line is on top and the wider part is the bottom. So that will be the deep sea, and the smaller part up here will be the sky. So there we go. So I've got my paint across, and just go slow across that line. And one other thing, got something on my, is don't forget to do the sides of your work. It's just if you have a large wrapped canvas like this one, which I think you have in your kit, then don't forget to paint the sides, because that finishes your artwork. That makes it look a lot nicer when it's all complete. And you've got the color all the way around. So we'll do that. There we go. There. All right, one last pass to make sure I've got it on. Now I got something else in my paint. Go away. There we go. There we are. All right, so now I'm gonna let that dry, and you should have your darker blue. And that, I don't even have to wash my brush because I love to mix the colors. And now we'll do the same thing. I loaded both sides of my brush, and I'm going to go from left to right, and then turn my brush over and go back right to left, and just go back and forth, pulling that paint from side to side. So you get a good coverage till you're all done. Okay, keep going. There. Now I can go real slow where the water meets the sky. This is the horizon, where the water meets the sky. And again, don't forget to do the sides. Okay? So we have a nice finished piece of artwork. Put my thumb on that. Try not to worry about getting paint on your fingers, because we are painting and I always get paint on my fingers. All right, there we go. Now I'll do The other side. There we go. Now I'm going to come in real close to that line. Here. There we go. All right, now the fun part. Take that fork and we're going to make some little waves. Whoops. Some little waves. The texture of the water, because the ocean actually underneath the water, it moves like a river. It's constantly flowing, constantly moving. It's not just sitting in one place like a big pool. It's actually, water's always moving in the ocean. So there, yay. Now we're going to glue our sun. So it's okay if it's still kind of wet. It'll all dry together. So when we use our glue, I'm gonna make sure I get it going here. There we go. Try not to have any puddles. Just a little outline and just a little bit of glue. Just a little bit. There. Now you're gonna line up this straight side with the top of your project. If you want to wait for this to dry, you can. And there we go. So that you don't get fingerprints in your paint. Now I'm gonna set this aside. Now I'm gonna put my fish on. And I want all my fish going in one direction, like they're swimming with the current of water. And again, I just put a little bit of glue. No puddles. Just a little bit. And I can lay out a few fish like this. And I can put glue on the back of the fish. Just a little bit. There. And I can arrange my fish where I want them. And so you could do the same. You figure out how many fish, if you want to use all the fish or just a few, that's up to you. This is your art piece. So I recommend you letting the blue, the water and the sky dry before you glue. So you don't get fingerprints and smear your beautiful textures. So after we get all the fish done, the last thing to do is to paint the rays of the sun. Your project should be dry. I'm going to show you on this one what will happen. Just so you know, if we mix blue and yellow, what color am I getting? I'm getting green. So if I use my yellow to paint while it's wet, I could end up with green stripes. So I'm gonna hold off until it's dry to finish my sun rays. So after you get your fish done and everything's dry, then paint your sun rays. One more little thing I want to show you, which is kind of fun. Since we're working on a stretched canvas, I'm gonna make sure I have glue on this whole thing. And you can put one and wrap your fish around the corner. So that's kind of fun too, so that they're coming all the way around your project here. I think that's kind of fun when we have a stretched canvas that we're working with. So that's it for today. So when you are complete and everything's dry, you glue your fish on however many you would like. And you do have some paperwork, and there's an artist that has done a deep sea with diver. I think that's on your paperwork of your kit. Check that out. And she does some really pretty paintings. So I'll go over this one. So when you load your brush with yellow, this is all dry, then you can just paint your sun rays. And the sun actually goes through the water. So if you want to paint your sun rays that go all the way through the water, that's kind of fun. I think I'm going to go over this fish because the sun is hitting this fish, and that's kind of fun there. You decide if you want straight lines or if you want some squiggles. This is your project, so you kind of design your own sun rays as well. So thanks for visiting Plateau Art Studio today, and I look forward to our next project next week. Have fun and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining me. Tune into Plateau Art Studio to see what great projects we have next time. See you next week. Bye-bye.